It's that time of the year where our kids are going to cram a ton of stuff into their backpacks without a second thought. And of course, if they don't use proper posture, it's something that could lead to some serious problems down the road. This is so timely. I'm very excited today to talk with the experts, Jason and Cameron at Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Morning.
Morning. Thanks for having us.
Okay, I have a couple of different areas I want to cover because it's back to school season. You know, we're preparing our kids, buying all these school supplies, but there's way more that needs to be, talked about before we start school. And can we just start with the obvious one, though, is kids can really put so much in their backpacks, and we don't even really think about it. Do you have some recommendations on limits, how you should be wearing that backpack, and how you can eliminate that pain?
Yeah. I think the first thing is, you got to find the right fit of the backpack. And so when you're looking at picking out all the great varieties that are out there, you want to find the size that fits your child. The biggest thing that you want to look for is you want a backpack that's going to be the right length and the right width for your child. You got all sorts of accessories on there that can come with it too, but you got to start with the essentials. So you want to find a backpack that goes from shoulder height all the way down to your hip height. You don't want it to go all the way down onto your bottom, and you don't want it to be riding high or riding really low. The other thing that works really well is finding backpacks that have these additional straps. A chest strap works really good, and some of them even have a waist strap. And those two things, in addition to the fit, are going to decrease that load on the body.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't buy shoes without trying it on. It makes sense that you would actually try on the backpack. That was a good tip, kind of seeing it, the visual there on the shoulders and then to the back, because sometimes those little ones can have huge backpacks go past their little bottoms. Okay, yeah. That's no good. Can I jump ahead to the fact that, they're going to be carrying backpacks a few days, but some of our kids are going to be doing, this distance learning. And I know last year, I'll admit that I let my kids, just open up the laptop on the bed. But that was not ideal for having a great workspace.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's important to have a proper setup for them at home. A few things, we have a workstation set up behind us here. A few things to keep in mind to keep the stress off the body is you want to make sure the monitor is at an appropriate height. You want the eye level to be about 1/3 from the top of the screen. At home, a quick, easy fix. You can see we got some of our old PT textbooks stacked up there. You can use that to raise the height. If you're using a laptop, though, you have to get an additional keyboard. Keep it ergonomically correct for the arms, and then the wireless mouse as well. If you have a chair that's adjustable, that works out well. So they're able to keep their feet on the floor. With the kids that with the varying ages, they may not be able to do that, so you can use a step to kind of bring the floor up to them. Yeah. And you want to work from a firm surface. That helps keep a proper posture for them.
I think the other thing, Lisa, too, is a well-lit area. Obviously, trying to avoid distractions is helpful, but those well-lit, firm surfaces, a kitchen is great if you can use a table like that.
I love that. I love that you guys are being budget friendly too. It's not like you just said go to the store and buy a new desk. You can make it work and take some of the strain off of the body just by a couple of little additions like that. Can I quickly ask you though, what about, we used to talk a lot about text neck. I mean, kids are still going to be on their phones and now they might be on, holding their devices more.
Yeah, it's really tough, right? We have this come across the work site too. We're just spending a lot of time on the screens, and a good rule of thumb that we do to try to cut down on visual strain is we follow a 20-20-20 rule. And I even have my patients put little stickers by their desks. And that means every 20 minutes, looking away from your screen at least 20 feet for 20 seconds. And that really will cut down on the amount of visual strain, which then starts to put strain on our neck and our posture. The other thing that we recommend is, instead of waiting 2 hours to take your 15-minute break, every hour at least stand up for 5 minutes, go walk around, take your physical break at that point.
I love this.
Yep, it'll really cut down on the strain on your body.
I'm going to say we were talking about this being for students, but this is great advice for parents or anybody who is working from home or just more stressed as well. We're running out of time, but I heard that you guys are big advocates of foam rolling too.
Yeah, we have a great foam rolling stretch up on our website. You can go to apexptwellness.com/ND today for a good postural stretch to view and to give you something to give yourself a break from the screen too.
Yeah.
All great advice for all of us as we head back to school or just back to work and in these stressful times. Guys, great advice, great visuals. Thank you so much for that advice today.
Thank you.
Great, thanks for having us.
Stay with us. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about an old hobby that's becoming very popular again.